Hi guys, thanks so much for joining me here on Jewel Tones Beauty. It is such a privilege and so much fun to share my beauty story and journey with you guys. Today I'd love to chat to you about foundation. As a beauty mad teenager, I found it so frustrating that I couldn't find juicy, true colours for my skin, and today things are a lot better. Big beauty brands have really stepped up to the plate. They're catering for darker skin tones. They have broadened their shade range, they've broadened their different finishes and textures for darker skin tones, but there's still a ways to go. I'm 37, I'm a beauty journalist, and I still do not have that coveted favourite foundation which you cradle at night, which you stroke because you love it so much. I haven't got it. So to create the perfect foundation for me, I often find I have to customise. Now, anyone with darker skin tones over the age of 15 has had to be their own makeup artist, because you have had to mix, you've had to blend, and you've had to customise colour to fit your skin tone, to fit your needs. So I'm going to show you how I customise my favourite foundation at the moment. I love dewy, juicy skin, so I'm going to show you how I mix bronzer, primer, and my favourite foundation to make my perfect colour. So I've got my rose gold based illuminator, my liquid bronzer, and my base foundation. Now, if you do not have liquid bronzer in your life, you need to run and get some immediately. It is one of the best tricks for darker skin tones. A bronzer will give a warmth and a sheen and a gloss to your skin, and I love to pop that in my foundation just to give it a kind of BB, dewy, tinted moisturizer feel, just to thin out liquid foundation. I also love to mix a little bit of iridescent primer into the foundation, something with a really warm pink glow. Now, gold is traditionally used with darker skin tones, which is fantastic, but I think a really cool trick is to use rose gold. It just adds a warmth to the skin without having a kind of angry red orange, which sometimes doesn't work for some skin tones. So I like to go for cooler rose pinky golds, which look great on the skin. So I mix it in, and this is my perfect foundation. So nature has given us great gifts with fingers and the back of your hand. I love to use the back of my hand as a palette. I dot on my illuminator, my liquid bronzer, and my foundation base. I mix them all together with my fingers, and using the heat of your fingers is great because it really heats up the product, it warms the colours, and it goes on very smoothly. Because, you know, I do the school run, I'm a mama of 2 girls, they're my angels, they're twins, they're 4. I don't usually have much time. So I usually use fingers and gently work the product into my skin, and I'm good to go. If I want to be fancy, I have a meeting or have somewhere to go after the school run, I'll probably apply my foundation with a beauty blender or a foundation brush. Now, you might think, what is the point? Is it worth it? But it really does buff the product into the skin. It's the difference between wearing Spanx and not wearing Spanx. You're gonna look great in the dress, but with Spanx it just looks a little bit more together and seamless. So I've just blended my perfect custom foundation colour on the back of my hand. In the mornings I have about 2 minutes to get myself ready. Anyone with kids knows it gets cray-cray in the morning. So to get yourself ready, you have about 2 seconds. So I use my fingers and I will just dot on like this, as you can see. Work from the central panel outwards, because, you know, you don't really need to use loads of foundation here. This is where most people need product. So I work from the central panel, working and blending outwards. And, you know, be very gentle and be very tender with your skin. I see so many women kind of like doing that and sort of brutalizing their face with the foundation. Use your fingers like a tool and just gently buff that product in, working outwards and upwards. So I've got my beauty blender, and the trick with a beauty blender is to stipple. It's not to kind of rub and kind of like sort of drag the skin, it's to kind of stipple. You know when you're little and you do kind of like art and you like kind of stipple on bricks with like a bit of sponge. So it's using the beauty blender just to stipple. The tip of the beauty blender and work around the eye, around the nose, just getting all there. I also like to just put a little bit on the lids as well, just as like a primer for my eyeshadow. It's all about blend, blend, blend. You don't need to use a lot of product, just a little bit of product, and it's better to start small and build up. So there you go. So I'm going to put a little bit of eyebrows on just to give a bit of structure to my face. Eyebrows are so important. They lift the eye area. A good brow and a bit of mascara, you don't need much. Good skin, brow, mascara, you're good to go. So I'm going to put some brows on. So don't be scared of blending and customizing. Grab a couple of your favorite products, a primer, an illuminator, a bronzer, your favorite base foundation, and cocktail them together and create beautiful, glowing, dewy skin, which will be color true for your skin.